We're joined by Chris Erskine for this afternoon's half interview. Chris, first of all, welcome back, and how are you doing?
Thanks, doing good. Enjoying being back in training and getting back into kind of training full time instead of just the part time. So no, going well so far. Really enjoyed being back in.
Yeah, you've been back in for a couple of weeks now. You've had the bounce game and the Hearts game as well. It's been enjoyable and good to be in with it after so long without training.
Yeah, I think the main thing was just getting out of the house, to be honest. Obviously, if I hadn't came back to Thistle, the Lowland League still doesn't have a restart date. So I think I was going to just be kind of sitting in the house. So obviously, I've got another job and stuff now. But no, it's been really good to be back. I've enjoyed being back kind of training every day. The weather's been brilliant as well, which always helps with training. But it's nice just to be back in the squad. I know a good few of the boys already. I've got to know kind of the rest of them. We've had a couple of bounce games as well. So I think we're all just raring for the league to get started on Saturday.
Yeah, you mentioned in your signing interview that it sort of came out of the blue. How quickly did it all happen?
It just happened within a couple. In fact, it was one day. Even though the signing took a wee bit longer, just with things kind of going on in the background that had to be sorted. But the manager had phoned me on the Thursday night, asked if I was interested, and then I was in on the Friday for the COVID test. And then I was straight in on Saturday, having not done much at all for 12 weeks. I was flung into the game on Saturday, the bounce game that we had at Firhill. So that was all pretty quick, to be honest. But like I said, I was quite happy to do it. I think if it had been kind of anywhere else, I don't think I would have bothered, to be honest, because I've got stuff going on with my personal training and that. But because it was Thistle, I couldn't say no kind of thing. So it was all pretty quick.
And over the past couple of months we've not had football, how much have you been able to do with like the personal training sort of
stuff? So I've just been kind of focusing on that. Again, we've been kind of shut down. The gyms and that have been shut down for the personal training as well. So it's been pretty tough to do that. I'm lucky I've got a decent sized garden. So I've had some of my clients in the garden doing that. And then it's just been a case of trying to keep myself ticking over. I've never done any kind of sprinting or anything like that at all over the 12 weeks. Like I said, I didn't kind of see it coming that I would be back to football at any time soon. So all I was doing was going out running on the streets like a lot of the boys have been doing kind of 4Ks and 5Ks at a steady pace, just to keep myself ticking over more than anything. So it's a wee bit of a shock to the system going back on the Saturday and having to sprint a bit for Firhill, the biggest pitch in Scotland, I think.
Yeah, you mentioned a few familiar faces at the club, obviously, but a lot of new ones as well. What have you made of the quality of the squad so far?
Yeah, really good. Really good. Impressed with a lot of the younger ones as well, who I think there's a few of them kind of just been promoted to the first team bubble over this period. So, no, really impressed with the younger ones, especially. And then, like I said, I knew most of the squad either from having played with them before or playing against them. So, not a surprise in that kind of thing, but not impressed with most of the squad's. Training's been bright and sharp, and everyone's looking good. And like I said, I think they're all just ready to go.
Yeah, you mentioned the bounce game we played in the Hearts game, and obviously it's quite a short time that we've got to prepare for the league game starting back up again. So I suppose those games, although obviously tough, will be very important for us.
Yeah, I think it just gets you used to playing again, playing basically 11-a-side games, and obviously we've had them on Firhill as well, which is a good benefit to us. Like I mentioned, the pitch is massive. So I think the first one was just more about just getting your legs going, having been out for so long. And like I said, I think most of the boys would have been doing similar stuff to what I was doing. So I think it was just a case of getting moving again, getting a touch of the ball and getting used to playing football again. And then the Hearts game was a bit tougher. Obviously, they've been in over this whole time. They've not stopped at all. So I think you could see that, especially into the second half when I came on. We didn't have much of the ball at all in the second half. So it was tough. But like you said, it's a benefit just to kind of get going again and get playing matches.
And we've seen the schedule come out, and it's pretty packed. It's going to be 2 games a week, and for other teams, it's sometimes even more than that. Which just means, I suppose, that this preparation is going to be absolutely vital for us.
Yeah, that's it. I think I knew as soon as I came in, the manager had said that there was going to be a lot of games. I think everybody kind of knew that. So I think that's why he's looked to kind of bulk his squad out a bit and get guys like myself in. And he's already said that everyone's going to be needed over the course of these however many weeks it will be, with the amount of games. You know what it's like yourself. You pick up injuries. Boys will tire in between having to play every midweek as well. So the manager's already mentioned that everyone's going to be needed, and it's just a case of being ready for myself anyway. Not expecting to play every single game. I don't think anybody's expecting that, but I just want to be ready when I'm called upon, whether that's for 15, 20 minutes or for a 90 minutes. I'm not too bothered as long as we can help the team out.
And there's been a bit of a change of format for the league as well. It's been shortened again, and then there's the split on the end potentially if we get to a certain amount of games. Is that something at all that changes the mindset at all, or is it just focusing on each game as it comes?
I think just focusing on each game. I know it's a bit of a cliche, but I think you have to do that. Each game is basically the most important one. Again, another cliche, but it really is. And something we speak about. I think every team speaks about this every year, but I don't think there's a chance now to start slowly. I think it's basically a sprint finish, isn't it, really, if we do only have the 8 games, or if it is the 12 games or whatever, but it's a sprint finish now. And I mean, having a look at the league table, there's not a lot in it. Kind of right through the league. I know there's only been 10 or 11 games played, but there's not much in it at all. So I don't think you can afford to slip up. So obviously a tough game on Saturday to start with Cove up, kind of right up the top of the league. But like I said, it's games that we're going to have to win if we've got any aspirations of winning the league.
And to add to the league games that we've also got the Scottish Cup against Cowdenbeath next week, and then potentially beyond that. Obviously, as well as you can in the cup, but it will just make it even more congested if we do get through.
That's it. Exactly. I think you want to go as far as you can in cup competitions, because you never know what's going to happen, who you're going to draw in the next round, and obviously it's great for the club as well. So, and as players, you want to get as far as you can. The Scottish Cup's the biggest cup you can be in. Growing up, it's something that you want to do well in. So, but you're right, it's a kind of catch-22. It makes the league games harder, makes the schedule harder for the boys. But like I mentioned before, I think that's why the managers went out and brought more players in to kind of help with that workload. So we just want to win every game, just like every other club.
And obviously, as I say, some other teams have got Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. How difficult do you think that's going to be for every team in the league to sort of contend with that, and obviously different types of training in between the games?
I think I heard the manager speaking about this the other day, saying he wasn't even really sure what to do, because it's never really happened before, like in terms of preparing for in these last 2 weeks and then for what goes on. And I know training will be tailored. I know that for a fact. Like if you've got so many games in the week, you're almost kind of just recovering when you're in training. And then I think the boys who haven't played will do a wee bit more so that they're ready if they're called upon. But listen, it's a busy schedule, but it gets us back playing football. I don't think anybody's going to moan about it, whether it's players or fans. And like you mentioned there, it's the same for everybody. It's not as if it's just us that have got 8, 10, 12 games or whatever to play in such a short period of time. It's everybody. So everybody's in the same boat, and you just prepare for it as best you can. The boys will look after themselves. I know that. From knowing the boys that are in the squad, they're the good type that will look after themselves and do the best they can to be prepared for the next game. And
you mentioned it is going into unknown. Obviously, every team is going to be scrapping for every point. Everyone's got different aims. It might not make for the best football, but there'll be some exciting games in there, do you reckon?
Yeah, I think it will be exciting. Yeah, I mean, like I mentioned right at the start, it's a bit of a sprint finish. So I think teams have got to go and try and win as many games as possible, and hopefully that makes for exciting football. I know the fans are not going to be in the stadiums, but you can obviously still watch it online and stuff. So hopefully it'll make for exciting games. But again, another cliche, but it's all about winning, isn't it? It's about getting the 3 points as much as possible, and hopefully by the end of the season we'll be up at the top.
And finally, just how much are you looking forward to pulling the Partick Thistle jersey back on and hopefully creating a few more memories?
Yeah, okay. Listen, I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, I was not expecting it at all. I thought when I was away the last time that would be me. I probably wouldn't be back again. So it's great to be back. It really is. And like I said when I signed, I just want to do my best for the club, like I've always tried to do. Hopefully score a couple more goals and get the chance to leave the way I wanted to properly. Obviously, everybody will know that the way I left the last time was not the way I wanted it to happen. And I still don't feel like I should have left at that point in time, but that's finished now. We've moved on, and like I said, hopefully I can leave on a positive note this time, and by helping the club get back to the division above, that would be the best thing that could happen for me.
Well, thanks for your time, Chris, and good luck for the rest of the season.
No problem, mate. Thank you very much.